In the heat of the night, engines roar. Blackout Gaming Miami, where legends soar. 26 races for the test. Madness and mayhem, we give our best. Welcome to the Blackout Gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines because it is time for qualifying. That was a nice calendar, wasn't it? It's time for short qualifying at the Miami Grand Prix, and it's going to be a fantastic qualifying session. Like I said, last year it was Thanasi that claimed pole position. That year it was for the Mercedes team. This time, he's with the Red Bull boys. That immediately could put him on a register. That concerns me slightly, but anyway, the point is that he's going to cook up something quite foul, which, considering my last point, probably isn't the right thing to say. But straight into qualifying, we hurtle ourselves into the pit lane. The DHL sponsorship ringing out. And there are 13 of the greatest blackout spectacles you have ever seen in your life. Big swimmer then. The first... Sorry, let me try that again. Big swimmer, the first one out in this session. Already testing the track limits, and he's already invalidated. He's testing the track limits on his outlap, and he's invalidated. It's not a great start for the biggest swimmer in the United Kingdom. However, it's luckily not his actual flying lap. Stark being the first of them in one of the Williams sisters. That's very much illegal, but across the line it's P7. Getting close and personal with that inside wall. Don't want to get too close and personal with Barrier. He will rip you a new one. Next, pole position, provisionally, for the Mercedes, the McLaren driver. But it is the Mercedes driver by 7 thousandths. Timalele, marginal improvements, but Thanasi is still yet to cross the line. Stark a 10th up, crossing the line he goes, it's marginal. No positions gained. Thanasi's only improving marginally. It all comes down to this. The final two corners, it's the pit lane for the Red Bull driver. And the hydration station has been used. The blood plasma of Christ, shed for me, means that I am now ready and raring to watch Sergio Perez still DNF. There might be no second Red Bull, but Sergio Perez will still find a way to crash. I can almost guarantee it. What can we expect from this race then? Well, it's a 35%er. Realistically, it should be a one-stop. Medium, soft, soft, medium. Hard tyres around here are not the play, unless there is a safety car, in which case, are you brave and do you dare to go onto the hard tyres? Maybe potentially risk having a huge pace deficit at the end. But fortune favours the brave, very much so, a lot of the time in this league racing series. And it might well be no different today. The Paddock Club goes absolutely mild. And by that I mean there's absolutely none of them. Where are they? They're not even interested. They know Miami is a wash track. F1 would have you believe that they're revolutionising the sport with all the street circuits. But Blackout knows how to put on a show, luckily. 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go in Miami, and it's a decent start from Milo, despite being on the mediums. Timalele cuts across straight away. Thanasi round the outside on the mediums. That is a delightful move from the Red Bull driver, but he's on those mediums. Tim has got a job to do straight away. Milo's had a problem though. He's lost so much momentum. He's down to P5. A disastrous start for the McLaren man. Started on the front row, now is, well, comparatively floundering, going wide at the left-hander as well. Deary, deary me. Well, Pathiman's moved up a spot, but it's all getting out of hand. Dirkleton's now retaken that P13. Going to be some slipstream to use. Jamie Tarquin, for a second, I thought was going to have a chomp at the Red Bull car. Here comes Pathiman, though, trying to go down the inside, sending it down the inside, not sending it down the inside. There's been a huge kerfuffle, though. Thanasi's gone miles down. J-Lane's had an issue. He's been in the wars, and it looks like a front wing end plate's missing. Yes, it is. That's a disastrous start. Oh, no, it's another honker show, and my Siri's getting involved. Shut up, mate. Vulcan's up into P7 in all of this. He just does a bit of Miami. A change for the lead possibly, though. Jamie Tarquin down the inside, and the Aston Martin driver moves into P1. The Mercedes driver will wait in the wings, but these two just have to work together. Terziak, though, on the soft tyres as well. It could get very tasty, ladies and gentlemen. 1 lap already completed. Max half a second into the Mickey Mouse section. Terziak's in this little train as well. These three have to work together. They know that the soft tyres will have the advantage at least for a little bit. Big Swimmer not choosing to go for a move on start, which I thought would have been entirely possible, but unfortunately, no cigar. And smoking is bad, so why would you do that? It's amazing how much you can cut that left-hander. Timilele, though, is chomping through the slipstream and chomping through that gap and chomping his way through into P1. It's Academic with DRS. Jamie Tarquin thinks about going to the inside, trying to deter Timilele off the racing line, but nothing doing for the Aston Martin driver, but he could retaliate into turn number 1. There's a yellow flag, and McLaren's round. Buck 20's in the wall. A front wing off. It will not cause a safety car blissfully. Actually, not blissfully. If your name's Maximus and Jalen, you would have been hoping for something. Luckily, Tarquin reholds the lead of the race. Like I say, though, these lot have got to work together. Or try to. Milo and Thanasi, though, are working together as well. The dynamic is forever continuing. 1.3 seconds the gap. But the McLaren and the Red Bull driver in 4th and 5th, finding actually good grip and proper purchase on the medium tyres already. And a confidence that is a cut above those ahead of them. Now almost in DRS range. Milo, in fact, is in DRS range. Whether he actually got it, I do not know, but he won't get it. Pulls to the inside. Thanasi will take the inside line. But surely now they put themselves into this little battle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that is right. We have a 5-car battle for the lead of the Miami Grand Prix. Big Sam and Stark, the battling continues. Diving down the inside goes Venus. Serena wouldn't dive. She never would dive. She complains. Oh no! Big Sam in the wall! Spins out! Might have been contact on the right rear of Stark. I have no idea. That was a huge snap into that inside wall. It's another car that falls foul to barrier. And it's Big Swimmer. I am absolutely very spicy. Track limits, I have no doubt, will also play a factor in who wins this race. Magico is trying to pass Stark. Down the inside he goes. A little bit of argy-bargy. It means Pathyman's through as well. Unbelievable. Stark loses 2 positions in the space of a single corner. But Magico has to be careful not to be cut up by Pathyman. He makes a great dive down the inside. Magico turns in like he wasn't there. Stark is going to re-inherit 2 positions, but he makes a mistake. He cuts the corner. Pathyman loses composure. Magico's up into P7 again. What a battle that is. My voice can't hack it, but that is absolutely fantastic racing from all 3 of them. In fact, all 4 of them now, because here's Dirkleton up into P9. Whew, what racing. Jamie Tarquin defending the inside. Timilele again considers the move, doesn't make the move. Thanasi goes wide. Milo's going round the outside. I'm a poet. You didn't know it. Thanasi, though, holds position. And there goes my poet streak. I thought there was going to be something absolutely just the juiciest cocktail of racing. Meanwhile, in the no man's land, it's Vulcan. 7 seconds off the front 5 who were just DRS pulling each other along. But Vulcan driving a very, very respectable race indeed. Very respectable race. Comfortably holding P6 as there's the change for the lead. Timilele moves up into P1. Again, though, not finding the optimal grip out of that corner. He sort of understeers on the exit. Just got to get slowed down in time. Magico with DRS once again. Second bite of the cherry, and that cherry tastes much sweeter this time. Up into P7. A bit of a slide on the way out for Flesh. Stock pays his compliments back with an even juicier slide along. And Dirkleton could get he could get involved in this particular scrape. Stark fainting to the inside, trying to deter Magico off of the racing line. At this point, though, the softer tyres are falling away a little bit. Volcano on medium, so in theory, should have the theoretical pace over the 3 cars behind him. Dirkleton's out. Dirkleton hits the wall on the left-hand side. You saw it briefly there on Pathyman's point of view. And that's not a safety car? Right. Well, I've seen safety cars called out for much tamer things than that. Circleton must have made a mistake. That's the remnants of his Aston Martin car, which we've just passed on board with Maximus there. And what was looking to be a race full of pure promise is now completely nullified as Maximus goes very, very wide indeed, further towards the Mexican City Grand Prix. And that makes the Americans very tetchy. And Timalele says, enough is enough. I am going into the pit lane. And onto a fresh set of medium boots. He's made it just about half distance and now can fetch himself a juicy little undercut compared to some of his competitors. Although we do have to remember, Thanasi and Milo will be running the soft tyres. Squidgy soft tyres. But it will be into P3. Can Timalele get ahead of Milo? No, he can't. He's trying to go around the outside. He will deploy absolutely everything. It will be a perfect piece of opportunism. Can he get it done? Holding the inside. Timalele, you know what? He's done it. There you go. Into P4. Lovely piece of work, however. The soft tyres will be fired up now, and DRS will be at Milo's disposal. And you can guarantee that he is going to fly past. Time is of the essence, and Milo goes through. No time like the present. But Milo can see into the future, and what he can see is his name on the top step of the podium if he gets a move. He's driving very well at this particular stage. Through this left-hander, we should see the effects of the softs. Again, though, not nearly as much as I thought we would. Terziak chipping along nicely, just under 3 seconds. The gap between himself and Jamie Tarquin. Nothing to separate them in terms of electrical energy. There is something to separate Timalele and Thanasi, though. Soft tyres and late braking, and round the outside goes the Red Bull driver. As I get the hiccup. Like I said, he gets a move on. He can do it. Can Magico get ahead of Vulcan out of the pit exit? No, he cannot. Vulcan retains words. P6, but not for long. A nice little sweeper round the outside from my husband. And that is why we are always eternally betrothed. Because he can pull fancy moves on men like that. You bastard. Milo nearly in DRS range of Jamie Tarquin already. Thanasi making moves on Terziak already. Down the inside, brave on the brakes. Through he goes, Terziak choosing not to fight it, and I do not blame him. Because, of course, Thanasi does have that time penalty. And so the battle for the lead can begin. Through the final corner. And it's a 5-car train once again. Will it last? Because there are two very, very hungry soft runners. One of which is Milo, who was finished basically plumb last season. He's turned that upside down completely. Down the inside he goes. The move not done yet. Jamie holding it round the outside, trying everything he can. But it's not enough. He's shipped not only P1, but his eagerness, the overzealousness to try and hold on to top honours has cost him tremendously. Down into P3 goes the Aston Martin driver. Up into P1 goes the McLaren driver. And Milo, it really is a change of fortunes from last season. And that will bring a big smile to all McLaren fans everywhere. Although he has got a very, very hungry Red Bull behind him. Timalele, though, gets past Terziak. Into P4 he goes. On the freshest mediums that there are on this grid. Still all to play for with him as well. Who knows what could happen? That is the beauty of the Blackout Racing League. It's going down. I'm yelling, Timbo! He's into P3. Through he goes. Oh no, Jamie Tarquin's diving back down the inside. He's not nearly done with that particular squabble. I thought, oh dear. Pincering across Timalele, and well, it's caused contact. And they're going to still be side by side down this straight. Jamie Tarquin could try a dastardly dive down the inside, but it's not worth it. It is not worth it at all. They need to kind of work together here, and in fact, it's going to cost them even more dearly because they are outside of DRS range of the soft runners up ahead. Speaking of Thanasi Racing, gap now 4 attempts, now 3 attempts, now 2 attempts, now 1/10, now 0 attempts, now -1/10. He's down the inside and through into P1 he goes. There you go. I'll completely retract my statement. Thanasi will try and win this on the track. And, well, if he cooks up in these next 2.25 laps, it could be one of the greatest endings to a Blackout race stint I've ever seen in my life. But that last corner out of the Michael Mouse section, I was going to say, was not great. So Milo is going to take that invitation and run with it. On board with Thanasi. Oh, there's a McLaren. Hello. There we go. Down the inside, Thanasi does brake later, but resistance is pointless. Milo through into the lead once the Rice crew behind. It's going to, well, does Jamie Tarquin save some battery? The answer is not really. So all three of them on equal battery, and it's about who is the craftiest driver in this crusade for the final podium position as we head on to the final lap of the Miami Grand Prix. Up at the front, I mean, Milo's driven a masterclass, I'll be quite frank with you. Started on the front row, start of the race wasn't great, but since then has not made a single error of judgment, a single error when turning the wheel. And Pathyman, no! He's going down the inside. Husband, stand tall! Don't let this man through. Yes, he's made a mistake. He's sliding about on the exit like a slippery squirrel. And now with DRS open, my husband is going to stream down the inside of another man. That's weird. But he's through into P7 once again, surely. Unless Pathyman... Oh, he's held it around the outside. Well, credit where credit is due. Great stuff from Pathyman. Terziak's not waiting around. Down the inside of Jamie Tarquin he goes. He wants this podium. He's going to go for it every step of the way. Jamie Tarquin holds the inside line. Who blinks first? At the stadium section, it has to be Jamie Tarquin. Terziak just has to get a decent run out of this final section and then dump every single piece of battery. A huge amount of wheel spin, but deploying every single ounce of electricity. And DRS is now open, but the gap's too big. Out of the final corner, though, in Miami, Lando landed. Milo, though, has driven masterfully across the line to win the Miami Grand Prix. It will be Thanasi second. Timalele takes third place in the end. Terziak fourth. Jamie Tarquin in fifth. And now we wait. It's a very, very solid drive from Vulcan. An immensely solid drive. There's a battle behind that's not yet settled. Magico weaving, trying to break the slipstream. Pathyman says, I'm coming through into P7 on the final straight. Can he get it stopped in time? It could be a run to the line. Sliding out of the final corner. Magico slides as well, though. Pathyman claims P7. Magico, a valiant effort, and I respect it. In P8, good job, sir. And that is very much a payback for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Buck 20 will claim 9th. Big Sam will claim 10th. Maximus will come across the line next to get 11th place. J-Lane in 12th, and now we wait and see what lap time Stark can set. Will it be the fastest lap? Out of the final corner he goes. It's 26, 27, and 28. Across the line he goes, and he does get a purple lap time.
In the heat of the night, engines roar. Blackout Gaming, men where legends soar.